What up, hose heads? I'm your friendly neighborhood firefighter Mark, and this is Firehouse Fragrances. Alright guys, so over the last week or so, I've gotten a ton of stuff in the mail, things that you'd be interested in fragrance-wise for yourselves, and for that special someone in your life. I'm going to bring in my wife, Lindsay, to give you some of her perspective on some of the things that I ordered fragrance-wise and beauty-wise. This is my beautiful wife, Lindsay. She's going to talk about some things that we got in this last week for her, give you a woman's perspective on some of the fragrances that are out there, and also some of the beauty products that have come in.
Hey everybody, Lindsay here. In one of Mark's previous videos, we talked about the Bond No. 9 lipstick, and he shared that. I'm wearing it today. I just wanted you to see that beautiful classic red on my lips. And this sweetie that he is, he's ordered me a few things in the past couple weeks, and so we just thought we'd share them with you, especially for ladies who showed up at this channel.
Or for the guys that are looking for great gifts to pair with some of the fragrances that we do review on this channel.
Because we are veering off into the beauty fast lane, I wanted to point out a few other products that I got that I loved. One of those is this Louboutin nail polish, and you probably didn't know they made nail polish. I didn't know they make nail polish either. And it's inspired by calligraphy as well as that signature stiletto heel. It's a gorgeous packaging design. It looks kind of like a classic calligraphy bottle, ink and pen. And when you pull it out, it's unlike any other nail polish brush I've ever seen. It's a really fine tip. It would be great for nail art. I haven't used it yet. I'm really excited to try it. We also picked up some YSL lip products. So I have 2 lip glosses and a lipstick. I have this style in a few different shades and I love it. This one's a really gorgeous coral. It has kind of a sheer coverage. It's really hydrating. It tastes a little bit like watermelon. And then Mark also picked up 2 lip glosses for me. So he got me just a really great neutral clear shade. What I love about the applicator is the little doe foot applicator looks like a tiny kiss. I love that the formula doesn't feel sticky in case you want to kiss your honey. My favorite shade that he grabbed this week is called Tint in Gold. It's a sheer gold that has little shimmers in it. Perfect for layering over any color. It kind of reminds me of the Tom Ford body oil. Soleil Blanc that has the little gold shimmer in it. It's like Soleil Blanc for your lips.
We're gonna keep Lindsay here for just a few more minutes. I wanna go over a few of the fragrances that we got from her. First, from the House of Dapper, is his new one, Christian Dior Rouge Truffle Garde. This is an amazing scent that features tons of fruits in the top. You're talking strawberries, cherries, a little bit of almond, rose, and just like everything Dior does, it smells fantastic. Now Lindsay hasn't smelled it yet. I want to get the first spray on her skin. Let's see what she thinks about it. Beast mode sprayers, guys. Fire hoses right here.
It smells so good. It reminds me a little bit of Rose Prick from Tom Ford because I can pick up that rose note. But I feel like it's fresher and lighter, would make a better summer scent.
This is definitely something niche. It's part of the Dior Privé line. It's not going to be some basic bitch scent that you're gonna smell at the mall, guys. Up next, we have another one from the House of Dapper. This one is Amouage's Sunshine Woman. You guys know how Amouage does. They're a little bit different. This has some black currant in the top, some papyrus, and white tobacco, which is very unheard of when you're talking about female fragrances. It's very smooth. You can smell some vanilla in there.
I got the vanilla right away.
It comes across like all Amouages. It's gonna be a powerhouse, but this one's really smooth and mellow as far as Amouages go. Perfect for summer, perfect for fall. Lastly, on the female side of things comes Dua's Italian Palm. This mashes up 2 monsters, Jerzoff's Italica and Kilian's Apple Brandy together. To my nose, this is gonna be perfect for fall. Once it starts cooling down and the leaves start to drop, you're gonna need 2 or 3 bottles of this.
It smells amazing. It's like fall in a bottle, but it doesn't smell like a home fragrance.
This has notes of saffron, apple, brandy, musk, and buttered toffee, just to give you that kind of feel. This is definitely a gourmand that leans very much into the fall type of vibe.
That apple brandy comes out immediately. It smells amazing.
For me, this is definitely gonna be something that I'm gonna love to smell on my wife all fall, but if you're a gourmand lover and you're a guy, you can definitely wear this as well. Me, I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to. The next thing that I want to talk about is from the house of Zaharoff. Mr. George Zaharoff is literally one of the best people on the face of this entire planet. Not just in FragCom, but anybody that I've ever met. He has a heart of pure gold and I love him to death. If you get a chance to sniff his fragrance, you're just gonna fall in love with it. This is what a powerhouse manly fougere should absolutely smell like. There's some frankincense, some myrrh, and George went all over the world to get special ingredients that make this thing very unique. If you're a classic wet shaver like I am, you're really gonna appreciate this. Mr. Zaharoff got with Gentleman's Nod and produced this shaving set. We have Signature Pour Homme Shave Soap. This is a large 4-ounce soap that's gonna last you quite a long time, especially if you use it in a scuttle like I do. What I would suggest is, before you shave, run some hot water in the top and then close it back up, let that scent really bloom. When you crack the top, you're gonna get hit with that beautiful Zaharoff Pour Homme scent. What also comes in there is this great candle. It's a little small. I would like to get a much bigger one because I love this scent. Lastly, after you get that great shave with all the cushion, all the great feeling from the Zaharoff soap, you're gonna finish it off with Zaharoff Pour Homme Aftershave. This is gonna give you a great scent that's also a great disinfectant for all those little nicks and cuts you get after you shave. Moving along from the house of Zaharoff, at the suggestion of my good friend Travis Gerhardt, I went with Sammy Andreas. The first one that I want to touch on is Oud Space. This has notes of oud, vanilla, amber, Turkish rose, violet, and myrrh. This is a great powdery oud, very clean. This isn't skanky. This is something that you'll feel very comfortable wearing out in any type of environment. It's very elegant. It makes you feel opulent. I would wear this when going out on a date. You want to make a good impression on somebody. It's good for the office. This just probably is a little bit more upscale for something that's just very casual. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more casual, this is the one that you want to go for from the house of Sammy Andreas. This is Blue Sapphire. This has notes of bergamot, lemon, black currant, cedar, pink pepper, labdanum, and leather. This is going to give you a feeling right off the bat that's a lot like Elysium Parfum Cologne, the big blue bottle that everybody loves. Also, I don't want you to think that this is an exact clone of Elysium, because it's not. What he did was he brightened up the top even a little bit more than what Roja has already done, and he darkened the base down a little bit with things like leather. This, it kind of gives me a vibe of if you were to combine Elysium with a fruitier batch of Aventus and add some leather in the dry down. That's this bad boy right here, and it's gonna last a long time. These are all very, very long lasting, strong projecting fragrances. Next, from the house of Beach Giza, right here in our home state of Texas, I picked up a small decant of Cocoa Moon. Guys that do like coconut, or whether you don't but you wanted that summer beachy vibe, but you were worried about going with something a little too feminine like Virgin Island water, this is the thing that we've been waiting for. Super powerful, super niche. This thing smells amazing. This is totally a day at the beach. Unfortunately, right now, if you go to Beach Giza's website, he is currently sold out of this, but the owner is making more batches and it should be available soon. I know you can pre-order it, and I'm definitely pre-ordering the 50 ml because this 15 ml, I'm gonna burn through this summer for sure. Moving on to the niche side of things. This last week, I picked up an absolute banger, Roja Enigma Parfum Cologne. This is the typical Coca-Cola sticky sweet vibe that you get from the original, but they've lightened it up. This is still a beast, okay? This is gonna last a long time, give you that classic Enigma feel that everybody loves, but this is suitable for all year wear. I was lucky enough to get the European version. Mine does say Enigma, it doesn't say Creation E. It's still gonna be the same fragrance, whether you get the one that says Enigma, which was made for the European market, or you get the one that says Creation E, which was created for the US market. Next, I wanna move on to a couple flacons that I picked up recently. 18DO2. This is a batch of Aventus that if you have problems going nose blind to things that are similar to Aventus, or if you're like me and you just go nose blind to Aventus from time to time, this is a batch that will stay with you throughout the day. I get 8, 9, 10 hours easy with this thing. I don't smell it on myself regularly, but if I turn my head, I'll definitely catch wafts throughout the day. This is a great pineapple heavy, fruitier batch, as most of the newer ones are. Now comes Grail time. 10J01. That's right, guys. The very first year that Aventus was ever created, I think this is like the 3rd or 4th batch to ever even come out, and this one is heralded as the smokiest batch to come out in 2010, and definitely one of the smokiest batches to ever come out regardless. When I first got this, I cracked the top and it filled the whole room with a very smoky Aventus. There's a little bit of funkiness that comes off the top from the pineapple because this pineapple has been sitting for 10 years. However, this is what Powerhouse Aventus is like. You want an Aventus that lasts you all day, that you can smell. You want an Aventus that's very heavy and dark and smoky. You need to get yourself some classic Aventus like this. Moving from niche to an indie house, these are a couple that I picked up recently from Dua. This one I actually got last week. This is the Pineapple Express that everybody was talking about. Mr. Massam Raza had worked on this thing for over 3 years before perfecting it for everybody. I want you guys to hear me out with this. I don't partake in smoking bud. I'm a firefighter. This though, as it's been described, when you open up a fresh bag of weed, that bud smell, that's what you get from it. I get a really sweet marijuana smell. There's a little bit of florals in there, and it's definitely that bud herbal kind of greenish smell. It's not like a smoked marijuana that's been in the air. It's definitely not skanky or dirty at all. This is a really beautiful fragrance. Don't get it confused though, because it's not going to be as strong as things like Black Afghano. There's even this one from Happy Land, Dranibus. This one seems to have a little bit more prominent, heavier marijuana note, but what Mr. E.J. Wells did was combine it with some geranium and some other notes in there that really brighten it up and freshen it up and don't give you that stoner feel. Next up is Poseidon's Legendary Chariot from the House of Dua. This is actually a tribrid, and it's a great one at that. This combines elements of the king, Aventus, which is known in the House of Dua as Poseidon, Parfums de Marly Percival, and Parfums de Marly Leighton. So you know you're gonna get some powerful stampeding horses in this one. There's quite a bit of sweetness, but that pineapple really makes it available to wear year round. Lastly here from the House of Dua, something brand new, and actually something I don't think anybody else has touched. This is Dua's Azure Supernova 2.0. Check out that beautiful label on that bottle. Again, another tribrid. This is going to combine elements of the brand new Acqua di Gio Profondo, Creed Aventus, and the powerhouse Roja Doves Elysium. It gives it a little bit of that designer edge from the Profondo, but it blends so nicely together. This is going to be something that's really going to get you to stand out from the crowd, smell mass appealing, and just really push and push and push off your skin all summer long. When the heat goes up, Azure 2.0 should really be on your list. From my absolute favorite house, I know we touched on it on the female side, let's talk about the men's side. Dappers, or Mon Jane Mon Tobacco. This makes me feel like Tony Montana every single time I wear it. I want to sell cocaine, I want to shoot people up, I want to do all this crazy stuff, but then I stop and realize like, you can't do that, you're a firefighter. What I can do is I can wear this and I can dream about doing all the crazy stuff in Miami, just like Tony Montana did back in the day. This is an amazing, fresh, clean tobacco scent that is excellent for all year round. However, I would stay away from it when it gets really cold in the winter. But if you live in Miami or down south near the border, you don't have to worry about that kind of weather. Something like this can pull in the hyenas all year round. All right, guys, this is something that I didn't pick for myself. Mr. Gearhart recommended it to me. I was kind of on the fence about it because it is a rose scent. I like Toy Boy, I like Rose Prick a lot, so he said try this out. This is something that is just insane, okay? This is a clone of Spirit of Dubai's Fakama. If you look this up anywhere, the original bottle of Fakama for 100 ml is gonna run you about $900 to $950. With Travis, you're gonna get it under 50, 60 bucks, guaranteed all day. This is a beautiful, spicy rose fragrance that's extremely masculine, but you're gonna need some confidence to wear this. This is a beautiful rose fragrance. Trust me, you're gonna get a lot of compliments with this one. But you wanna dress it up. This isn't a t-shirt and jeans kind of fragrance. This is something special. This is something really nice that you at least wanna put a nice polo shirt, some khakis, and have a good night out on the town. You wanna project, you wanna make yourself known when you walk in the room, get yourself a hold of this Spirit of Dubai Fakama. Trust me. The next two on my list come again from the House of Dapper. We're talking Dior Homme Cologne, and we're talking Byredo's Gypsy Water. I know what you guys are thinking. In my previous video, you're saying, Mark, what the hell gives? You told us to get rid of my Dior Homme Cologne. You told me to get rid of my Mercedes-Benz Cologne and pick up Travis's Afternoon Swim. Absolutely. Still, get rid of that Dior Homme Cologne. Get rid of that trash Mercedes-Benz Cologne. But now I want you to pick up Travis's Dior Homme Cologne. The problem with the previous Dior Homme Cologne was that you're spending $125 to $130 on a fragrance that only lasts you 2-3 hours. Travis's, this is going to be an extreme extrait, okay? So you're talking 45% oil. This is that ice cool lemonade that's gonna cool you down all summer for a fraction of the cost of Dior, and this lasted me on my skin, the first wearing that I got it, 6 hours, okay? 2 hours with the regular one, 6 hours with this one. Projection, maybe about an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours of strong projection. 6 hours. This will almost make it through an entire work day and just keep you nice and refreshed. All right, guys. Everybody's been excited for this one, including myself. This is gonna be a summer banger. I'm gonna wear the hell out of this all summer long. This is Byredo's Gypsy Water. Byredo is known to make some very unique, very appealing scents, something that makes you stand out from the crowd and smells amazing. This has a ton of notes in it, from juniper berries to pine needles, sandalwood, musk. I think it's even got some vanilla in the dry down, but yet it retains some freshness up top, and it's definitely something that's different, something that lasts a long time, and something that smells great. You're not gonna smell like every other douchebag in the mall sporting Sauvage and Eros and the same old played out stuff. What that leaves is the last scent that I picked up from Dapper. This is Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomad. I know a lot of you guys have been super excited about this one, including myself. If you're wondering what this smells like, it's like a smoother, less pungent, less strong version of Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather, or even Parfums de Marly Godolphin. Godolphin turned down the leather note, ramped up the raspberry a little bit to get its scent. Ombre Nomad did something different. If you guys are starting to get familiar with the House of Louis Vuitton, you know they have a very simple note breakdown. This has oud, benzoin tears, didn't even know benzoins could cry, incense and raspberry. That tells you right there that this is going to be very close to Tom Ford's ombre leather. This isn't something that's going to be pushing loud in your face for hours and hours and hours. This also, if you like the vibe of Tuscan leather, if you like the vibe of Godolphin, but you don't want to go out and offend people, this is the one that you want to reach for. Now guys, we talked about some grooming techniques, the wet shave from Zaharoff. I want to talk about something else that Mr. Travis Gearhart from Dapper could be offering. If he starts to put this out and there's a lot of requests from it, then maybe he'll keep doing it. I, for one, definitely want to keep him going at it. This is going to be Travis Gearhart Dapper Suds soaps. I think my boy DB got his Black Phantom. That's a wonderful scent. They smell amazing. I'll give you guys one guess as to the scent that I requested. That's right, Laffy Taffy Banana. Just kidding, guys. I absolutely got Aventus. This is a brand new bar of soap. I haven't even scrubbed my nuts with this yet, but what I can tell you is that it smells phenomenal. If you guys are at all familiar with Aventus or Travis's version of Aventus Extrait, that's what that is in a bar of soap. I, for one, when I do my grooming, hop in the shower, I use a tea tree oil shampoo for this beautiful head of hair that you guys see. I use something like this, a really high quality soap. When I get out of the shower, I rub myself down head to toe in a lotion or a solid perfume that's gonna match my scent of the day. I have some lotions that I'll set aside that are unscented that I add a couple of drops of Elysium oil or Cretaventus oil or other oils in that will match my scent of the day. Also, what I like to do in this hair to keep it flowing, I always use Prodigal pomades. Okay, I have probably 13 to 15 different ones from him. This is his Grill Ventus in a heavy hold. I don't use a lot because I like my hair to feel a little bit more natural, but this is amazing stuff. You pair this with Travis's new soap, a good lotion, or a solid fragrance from Mr. E.J. Wells Happy Land Studios or from Alexandria Fragrances, and then top your hair off, if you do have hair, with Prodigal pomade, okay? Then when you spray your fragrance on, you've got the complete ensemble. You're gonna get those compliments rolling in because they're gonna smell you coming from a mile away. So if you guys are on board with the soaps and other grooming care products, let me know down in the comments. I'll have a talk with Mr. Travis Gearhart and we'll see what we can do about bringing more scents so that we can complete the package for your fragrance experience. Alright guys, that does it for this episode of Firehouse Fragrances. I want to thank you for joining us once again. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's take the conversation down below. I know we covered a lot of things in this episode, from men's fragrances and grooming products to women's beauty products and women's fragrances. Let me know what your scent of the day is, and let me know what you think about some of these products. We'll see you next time on Firehouse Fragrances.
Where am I supposed to even stand?
Here. I'll back up and you stand more front and center, okay? Don't stand like that, you look like creep. It's a brand new bar of soap. Haven't even got my balls on it yet. This